Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Today with Matt and Dave. I'm Matt Ricker.
And I'm Dave Horvath.
This is show number 9 you're listening to on WICR, Iona College Radio from the basement of La Penta. It's great to be here.
Oh, it is. It's great to be back.
We had a great show last week with Professor Nadine Cosby of the Mass Comm Department here at Iona. We talked about TV shows and stuff that's trending. It was a really good show.
And just how TV's changed over the last 20 years or so, with her being in the business for as long as she has.
Yeah, and we as we said last week, we hope to change the format up a little bit by bringing in a guest every time just to talk about anything.
Yeah, we try to do that every other week. That's kind of the idea, is to move this from just being a variety talk show to a variety plus interview talk show. So we're going to kind of moving on from just doing what we're going to do today and try doing every other week. We'll see if we can bring a guest on and kind of spice it up a little bit, change it up.
Yes, and so I don't know about you, Dave, but I got a lot of headlines to talk about today. I'm sure you have a lot of sports.
Yeah, got some good stuff, but I definitely think we should start off with your stuff. Your stuff's a little more important to the masses.
All right, well, we're going to begin with Paul Ryan. He is, as some of you may know, he is the representative from Wisconsin. He was just elected new Speaker of the House today.
Congratulations to him.
Yes, congratulations to him.
Clap,
He is
clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap. You can't clap, actually, so you gotta make the little clap noise. Clap, 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 clap.
He is the youngest to be elected Speaker of the House in 150 years. He received 236 votes, which is a pretty good margin.
What's it out of 3? What?
It's out of 435.
So over half.
Yeah.
So
it's a pretty good margin. He has been a member of the Republican Party and has served as Wisconsin's first congressional district since 1999, and has been the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. He replaces John Boehner of Ohio. John Boehner served as House Minority Leader from 2007 to 2011 and House Majority Leader from 2006 to 2007. Paul Ryan follows the Vice President in line to the presidency of the United States in accordance with the Presidential Succession Act. Congratulations to him. He previously said that he didn't want this position because he thought it would take away from his family. And this isn't a direct quote, but he did say that he wanted his weekends. Like he wanted to be able to go back home on the weekend and spend time with his kids. And I certainly agree with him, because that those kinds of jobs in Congress can be tough. Long hours, late nights, etc.
Well, he really won't have weekends now. I don't know. He may complain a little bit, but deep down, he's not going to be like, no, I don't want to be.
Yeah. And
another stepping stone.
This will be good for his career. As I said, he previously did not want the job after Party Whip Kevin McCarthy suspended his campaign for Speaker after John Boehner stepped down because it was just a lack of support, and he just felt it wasn't worth it, and he felt that there should be like a new face in the leadership position. But I'm glad he's in that position now. He's well liked, I think, Paul Ryan. All right, moving on to our next headline, now to the 2016 presidential debate, which aired last night on CNBC. It was about 2.5-hour debate. It was one of the most harshest debates that I've ever watched. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched all that I could. Did you catch any?
No, did not get to
sing
a little. I didn't even know there was a debate yesterday, honestly, if you would ask me.
Yeah, so it was on CNBC. Many of the candidates, in my opinion, have improved.
And was this which debate was this? This Republican or Democratic?
This was the Republican.
Okay.
So this was the third Republican debate of the election cycle. The candidates were harsh on the media. They slammed CNBC for I guess their questions were too liberal in a way because the questions were too harsh. I guess they felt, as many of those candidates had said.
Did they do that live on live? Did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was.
took a little bit of a stand.
Yeah. But Bush criticized Marco Rubio, the senator from Florida, for his attendance in the Senate. Jeb Bush didn't do as well as he should have, according to the Los Angeles Times, and I agree with them. He started off if you think back to May, June, around that time when he announced his candidacy for president. He was, leading the polls, and then once Trump came in around June, he, kind of squashed Bush, and Trump is now leading in the polls. So, and Trump still leads in the polls, as well as Dr. Ben Carson, the former chief of neurology at Johns Hopkins University Hospital. They've been neck and neck nowadays, which is pretty interesting to see. So one of the main issues discussed in this debate was the entitlements and what could be done about that. So for those of you who don't know, that's Social Security, Medicare, things like that, programs that the government
Offers.
Yes. So Chris Christie and Governor Mike Huckabee, former governor of Alabama. They were discussing, they were going back and forth about this, and we're just debating what can be done to save these programs. Chris Christie said to raise the retirement age, so that way they have enough money to, so that everyone gets a chance to get their fair share of that program. Mike Huckabee disagreed.
Raise it though? How is that gonna?
Yeah, I think he said that to raise it to 67 as opposed to 65.
But how is that making it more fair for people when?
Because let's see, the people are living longer now, so.
Oh, okay, I understand. Maybe it's my.
Yeah, I kind of at first. I mean, I don't really know what is best to improve it. I think it just needs to be reformed. There's a lot of loopholes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are getting money that they don't deserve, or.
Yeah, well, not even that. I get maybe people living longer.
Yeah.
And yes, maybe it's better to give the money to them later.
Yeah.
But you have to realize what do people want to do when they retire? You want to travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if the older you are, the more difficult it is to travel. So if you're going to raise those standards,
yeah,
it's only going to make it more difficult for people to travel. And personally, just my personal, view of this is like, I'd rather travel now and when I'm younger, and I can enjoy it more than when I'm older and the point where you see how old people get to the point where it's hard for them to move and things like that. It's like, okay, I may have money to do things, but I can't move.
Yeah. I mean, basically, like as we said, that it just needs to be reformed. There's a lot of loopholes and a lot of things that are wrong with the Social Security system. Every now and then you hear of deceased people still receiving checks for Social Security.
Yeah.
And then someone who shouldn't be is cashing those checks, which is not right because they're taking away money from people who actually need it. There's a lot of retirees that that need every penny that they can get because they're on a fixed income. So, but it was interesting to see how they were debating it. Governor Christie of New Jersey did very well, in my opinion. He certainly improved from past debates as well. So he was more stronger. What I like about him though is he distances himself from Washington and from the other candidates. So he kind of makes himself stand out, which is good.
Anyone else do very well last night besides Christie?
So let's see, Christie, Trump. Did pretty decent.
Trump just did his normal thing.
Yeah, since he's leading anyway. Let's see. I know Marco Rubio did very well. I think that's all I heard. Carly Fiorina did pretty well too. She's trying to make herself much better than Hillary Clinton. Um,
Yeah, that's one thing people are gonna assume. You're a female, Hillary's a female, Hillary's bad, so you're bad.
yeah. So, but we shall see in the coming weeks as it gets more more quicker and quicker this election cycle.
Yeah, the quicker it gets to voting time, sooner or
Yeah.
later we're gonna have to see.
I can't believe it. Let's see. Tuesday is November 3rd.
It's about a year, right?
Yeah. So it'll.
A year from then,
Mhm.
just give or take.
Yeah. It's unbelievable that I just remember in 2012 when Obama was up for re-election and
I remember 2012. I remember back in 2008 when he first was elected, and
yeah.
and I remember the whole watching it. What were we, seventh grade at the time? Yeah,
Yeah.
seventh grade, because I watched him be inaugurated in class, and I just remember that once he was elected, they made that Obama song, the Obama, 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 and it's funny that it's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's 7 years ago. We're about to almost hit 8 years.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Jeez.
But now moving on, we have today. Today in history. This is a little bit of history. 3 years ago today, Superstorm Sandy hit the tri-state area, which was a devastating blow.
We all remember we were on that day or that time of.
Yeah, I remember I was in ninth grade. Was it?
10th,
Yeah.
10th.
10th. Yeah, you're right. 10th. Yeah, I remember my school was closed for a week. And,
Was it either sophomore or junior year, actually?
no, it was sophomore. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be junior. I don't know. Doesn't really
yeah,
matter.
I think it was sophomore and maybe it was junior, but whenever it
It
was.
doesn't matter. It was a couple years ago. We were in high school.
But anyway, the school was closed for a week here in New Rochelle, and I had no power for 10 days.
Jeez.
It was crazy. I mean, I did all right, but after
He used some candlelight, and Matt had had a couple nice books he could read, and he called it a day. Play little board games. End of the day, it all worked out, right?
yeah, it was fine. It was nice to have a little break from school,
No, I remember, at least for me, about that, it got really cold
Yeah.
right after this happened, and people got a lot of generators, because that also wasn't that the year in the winter when we had the crazy snowstorm. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not you, but I know I got a crazy snowstorm that we didn't have school for like 3 days because people went and plowed out for like a week.
Yeah.
I remember the point where there was nowhere to throw the snow because we kept getting storm after storm after storm, and they're like, where do we put the snow?
Yeah. Actually this past winter we had another horrible
Huge
winter.
storm that was.
Oh my gosh, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this winter is a lot more milder and calmer.
I don't know. I want a little snow, but you don't have to give me 14 feet of it. That's a little much, but
It's always it's nice when you wake up for an 8 o'clock class
and you get the email, no class, and you're like, sleep. Yes.
But anyway, I saw this little description on Yahoo.com. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So 3 years ago today, Superstorm Sandy slammed the New Jersey shore, destroying homes, splintering boardwalks, wrecking businesses, and displacing thousands of people. 3 years later, several thousand still cannot get back home due to bureaucratic red tape with government aid programs, disputes with contractors and insurance companies, and just not having enough money to complete the job. A reoccurring theme among these people is their sense of having been forgotten 3 years after the storm. And again, that's from Yahoo.com. Thousands were impacted by that storm, and it was just, especially along the coast, that people are still rebuilding to this day. And
I'll tell you right now, with the insurance companies, seeing how the insurance company works with like damages and stuff,
yeah,
it's just tooth and nail, and it's just there should be an easier way to get the money that you need to fix something because of your certain insurances, and there's not. It's just a mess. One of those things.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you get really good people and really easy
Yeah.
insurance that just slides, that goes really smoothly, no issue,
Yeah.
and other times you're in a fighting battle for months and months over.
yeah, and it's just a shame that some people, didn't have flood insurance and they're struggling to
I mean,
uh, rebuild.
certain areas,
Yeah,
I get maybe okay, flood insurance like the shore, obviously, but
yeah.
if you're inland, like personally, Matt, do you have flood insurance?
I'm not sure.
I
I
mean,
think I do.
I mean, I don't know really, I don't know about bodies of water, like big bodies of water, really, but they're really,
I mean, here in North Shore we have the Sound,
yeah.
so
How far is that from here? About
about maybe 3 miles.
okay, so maybe you can do that, but
Yeah,
certain areas like flood insurance, it's like, well, I don't live anywhere near water,
yeah.
but you get a superstorm like that, and it's like,
Hmm.
damn.
Yeah, luckily for me, I didn't have any water damage, which was good. It was just no power. But anyway, our thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims of Hurricane Sandy, and we hope they rebuild as quick as possible. Moving on to campus news now. The town hall meeting is going on now. It started at 3:30. That's a chance for students to voice their concerns about the college and ask them to the administration and to our president, Dr. Joseph Nyer. So if you're around, head over to Ramito Auditorium in Ryan Library.
Now, question, because this is what I heard from a representative of the SGA. They were telling me that we're going to talk about what's going to be in the bottom of the new building, in the first floor, where the food.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you heard anything about that or not. Being that what you're involved in and how you're Mister involved in everything, so I didn't. Maybe you heard about. Do you know what they're attempting to put in, or do you?
I mean, I didn't hear about. I didn't hear about that particular thing that they were going to discuss it, but I have heard rumors that some students want a Chipotle. I'm with them. I want a Chipotle there. What else?
I mean, I've heard
supermarket.
that. I heard that's happening. It's
Yeah.
going to be a small grocery store with kind of your necessities as a college student. It would be very easy to. It'd be very nice to have something like that where you can go pick up your eggs and milk and
Yeah.
and any other loose ends, some cereal. I get, the
Yeah.
deli across the street, Moe's Deli. He's
Mhm.
got stuff like that, but some places they just charge whatever they want, and it'd be nice to have something that's on campus. Because I assume that would be on campus money.
And on the
It'd be
meal
on,
plan.
and exactly, so it'd be a little nice because sometimes you want to change it up and get
Yeah.
some like chicken breasts, and
Yeah.
some places don't, and you gotta go like Stop and Shop for that. And personally, I don't have money to spend
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they're building this new residence hall, and now the construction is really starting
Oh,
to pick up.
they're vamping up. I don't even know if you noticed, but they're building up next to the tanning place that used to be next to Beachmont, the old tanning salon.
Yeah.
That's been really moving. I don't even. It's luxury housing. I don't think it's associated with Iona. I think it's just like they're building.
Oh yeah, those are private house apartments that. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
walked past it and I was like, wow, this is really booming quick. But that, and then of course our building.
Yeah.
They're three floors now. They've already put up.
Yeah.
I mean 2 weeks ago there was nothing, and it's like bam.
Yeah, I truly believe that it'll be done by fall of
Oh,
2016.
I mean, they have to finish it by everyone. I love people keep saying, because you're the first person to say that. I believe it will be done, and I go. My response is, no, it has to be done. They are booking rooms.
Yeah.
They talked. I just got an email about it because since I live on campus.
Yeah.
I know you're a community student, and I got an email talking about living there next year. So they're telling us that we're gonna end up living there. Like they gotta have it done because. What are you gonna move me into a room that's half done? It's got one wall and one bedroom done, and the other 3 bedrooms are the other bedroom, and half a bathroom completed. They have no toilet in one bathroom and no sink in the other. You can't. It's gonna have to be done. So they're really moving quick.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that they're really moving with that now, and we can only wait to see how it looks.
Listen, winter's coming. I mean, I get we're only in the fall for a couple weeks, but cold weather's coming.
Yeah,
So on these guys, I want to get the frame done, and I want to get those outer walls built, so at least I keep some heat trapped in. It's still gonna be cold,
Yeah.
but it's gonna get real. I don't know how Matt, you've always lived here, but compared to where I'm from, it's a lot colder here than it is back where I'm at.
Really?
It's a good 8 to 15 degrees colder
Wow. Okay.
on a daily basis than where I am. It's cold.
Yeah. Wow.
Even if it registers the same like temperature,
Yeah.
it's just cold and
Yeah.
windy here, and I think that's maybe because of the water or something. But
Yeah. you reminded me that where that tanning salon used to be, they should do something with that because Iona owns that now.
Iona does?
Yeah, that whole strip, like Beachmont.
Well, I know they own Beachmont because they're probably going to wait because Beachmont, they're doing, I think it's in 2 years, they're going to knock Beachmont down and build something out of that.
Really?
That's what I
maybe expand.
Well, it's Beachmont. They own like Chicken Joe's and
I think.
No,
I'm not sure.
I think maybe just be Beachmont because then they have Gemelli's.
Yeah.
Which they don't own Gemelli's, do they?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think they just own like the apartments and maybe a few of the.
No, the private apartments are.
Because those are the Eastchester apartments.
Oh, I think meant the new private apartments they're building.
Oh, no.
Those ones are just going to be completely separate, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But Iona is getting like a lot better with trying to form relationships and expand.
Listen, the college wants to expand, and I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen, but where not Iron Pizza Kitchen, Blackboard.
Yes.
That's a new bar.
Really?
I saw the inside of it when I was walking by. They had the door open. It's a 2-story.
Wow.
Very nice. Very, very. Looks like a nice little place. So.
Oh, interesting, and I bet it's on the meal plan too.
I don't know. Help.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice little restaurant.
Hmm.
Restaurant combination thing. I'm kind of hoping they serve something other than pizza. Nothing against the pizza, but you have 15 pizza places. It'd be kind of cool to get something else.
Yeah, we need a little bit more variety.
A little variety more.
And then another headline: the hospitality supper is today at 5:30 at Montgomery House. So if you're running low on your meal card money,
Definitely go out.
yeah. And then the Gale Express is adding a Pelham Bay train station route.
Really?
Starting spring of 2016. It's going to be like a pilot program. So they're going to test it out and see whether they want to continue with it.
I mean, do we have a lot of kids that come from Pelham?
Yeah, I guess because I know the Pelham Bay train station, I think they're separate lines, train lines.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think, how far is that from school?
About 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. That'll be convenient for the people coming from
That
Pelham
area.
Bay.
That whole area.
And then Iona's annual open house is coming up on Sunday, November 8th. Be sure to sign up on ionaevents.org. If you come, you'll have there'll be campus tours, a financial aid workshop, and a student life fair. So it'll be good to see Iona.
And maybe you'll see guest appearance by Matt Ricker. You never know.
Yes, I'll be there giving tours. And then after open house on Wednesday, November 11th, there'll be Veterans Day tours. So again, ionaevents.org, you can sign up there. There's a few info sessions and tours taking place that day. Most schools have off that day, so feel free to come on by. And that's all for news for today. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll go over to Dave with sports.